guys, it's Dawn here. Oh my gosh, I should turn off the dryer. Hold on. Oops, too quick. Okay. All right, is that better, you guys? Sorry. Okay, so this is a room that you guys are not used to seeing. Hold on, let me stop this bubbling. This is the kitchen. And I am in here today because I decided that I wanted to eat some medicinal Chinese soup. So I'm going to show you what I did. And this is going to be a cooking show. So why, first off, let me see if I can find somewhere to sit. First off, why should you even think about cooking? Well, just so you guys know, and you can look this up as well, all of the supplements that you take may or may not work, especially for big things like heart disease, stroke. You know, whenever they say take these supplements to prevent heart disease, things like that, that's not true. They cannot stop heart disease. There might be things that can help, but they can't stop it with supplements. And so, I don't know. I need a lot of supplements right now because I need some calcium and immune system, detoxing, just all sorts of stuff. So I decided the best way to do this would be to cook it up, because it even says in the paperwork, you know, and all that, and you can look this up. The best way that your body can absorb nutrients is through natural foods. So you want to be able to cook, and just in case, you know, I haven't ever needed to cook until now. Uh-oh, I hear something boiling over. I haven't needed to cook until now. And since it wasn't a time savings, I was even like, okay, it's not a time saving, it's not a money saver, because when I cook, I go gourmet. So I decided not to cook for everyday stuff, but something like this is an everyday. And even though I am good in my blood work for calcium, I think my calcium was a 9.5 out of the range is 8.7 to 10.2. So not bad. My calcium isn't bad, but I know that I'm making a lot of bone, and bone takes calcium and D3 and magnesium, and that's the hard part, is trying to understand what all relates to each other. Like D3 helps carry the calcium into your bones. So without D3, you know, calcium's useless, and vice versa. Things like that, you know. So I want to find out what is the limiting factor and then cover all of these. This is all part of healing. All right, let's go to the kitchen now and show you what's up. All right, so I'm in my kitchen now. So I don't know what to call my soup, because my soup has pork, beef, and seafood in it. I know that you should only do one thing at a time, but remember, I go gourmet. So just to show you, this is my soup. And I'm going to get a towel and lift off the cover here so you guys can see. Look how gorgeous that is. Now, this also has squid balls, teriyaki, shrimp balls, fish balls, things like that in there. And those things are already cooked, so you can put them at the very, very end. Right now, everything else is, oh, maybe I should show you what's inside. All right, hold on. All right, let's see. We have some carrots. That's a carrot. Carrots are good. We have everything that I want to eat. And we have meat, and we have lotus seeds, and we have barley. So you see those guys at the very bottom. And we have daikon. That's a piece of daikon though. Here. This is daikon. So I can't pick it up. Damn it. This is daikon. My vision's not so great, so I'm not sure what you guys can see. but I'm trying to, oh, see the pork, and so there's pork with bone because this is a bone soup. And then you see here we have the carrot, lotus seeds, different kinds of barley. There's pearl barley and there's another barley on there, so it's all good. Anyways, that is what it'll look like, and it needs to cook for several more hours. I'm not sure how long, because everything I do is by what I want to do. So this is what I got. Let's see, lotus seed, okay, lotus seed. And then, oh, okay. When I said this is not money savings, each of these bags, consider that about $10. Consider this to be about $5. I don't know how much everything is, but everything came out to be almost $200. Now, I did buy some extra stuff for the rest of the week, but I'm just saying that one meal, I mainly shop for this one meal, and this one meal costs over $200. So this is, I think I like this, but I don't know what it is. But I don't know what it is, and I think it's good, but I'll try it and see. This is the pearl barley. And then we have our carrots, and we have our daikon. Oh, do you guys want to see what a daikon looks like? Daikon is so good. It's such a good antioxidant. So you buy it from the supermarket fresh like this. They cut off the top and the bottom there. And it's just a big radish. Okay, it's very good for you too. And then I bought, let's see, tempura and shrimp balls and then fish balls. And you see, I only took half of each, so I will have enough to refill this pot or make a brand new pot. I have some Napa cabbage over here that I'm also going to throw in, but you can see that this is pretty full right now, so I don't know when I'll be able to throw in the cabbage, but I did buy it, so it's here. But oh, look at that yummy, yummy soup. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. I also bought some rich and savory cooking wine, premium quality. So cooking wine. Oh my goodness. Cooking wine. Okay, daikon. Daikon is peeled and then chopped to whatever size you want. I like the larger bites, so you can see everything in here are like, ooh, that's steam. Everything in here is like larger bites, you know. So I like larger bites. Give me a large bite, damn it. So peeled and then cut up. Peeled and then cut up. Just open the bags. Now, if I really wanted to be good, I would have gone to the Chinese medicine store and bought the barley and all that stuff like fresh and everything. And you can do that. And you can also talk to them and they can advise on what else to get or something like that. So that would have been ideal, but I didn't do that this time. I did this from the 99 Ranch Market. And then, yeah. So all of this is from 99 Ranch Market. I also want to show you the durian that I got. Durian. So, liulian. A lot of people don't like durian. I love durian. And to me, now I've never heard this said before by anybody, but I'm here in America, so I probably won't hear Americans say this. But this, okay, this is a fruit that has that really bad smell, and everyone says really bad things about it because of the smell. Also, the smell permeates everything. I do admit that. It is a very, very strong smell. It permeates through everything and all that. There are actually laws in Asia, in Singapore and stuff like that, about what to do if you have too much durian. Like some durians are not allowed on public transportation. And you know, they just don't want to upset people because of the smell. But to me, the smell is good because it smells like durian. And I only know the smell of durian by the taste of it itself. So to me, it's good stuff. Oh my gosh, guys. Look, it says 11.11. Isn't that a good durian? This was actually a really good durian. So, anyways, that's one of the extra things that I got. So that. Oh, and then there's pork with the bones. And it's very important that you get it with the bones because the bones is what gives it flavor, and then you can make bone broth. So I'm older. I come from a time when we would cook things forever, for days at a time. Just leave it on the stove, keep adding to it, things like that. Just as long as the temperature is high enough every once in a while to burn off any bacteria that may happen to be in, as long as you're using a lid to prevent the bacteria, nothing can grow in there. Like if you bring it to a boil and then you lid it up and you just keep it there for days, it'll stay like that for days. So I don't even know. I usually would. I started off my whole cooking journey. My cooking journey is done now, but I haven't cooked now in forever. But I started my cooking journey with things like thinking that my soup needed to cook like overnight, and then it's good the next day, which is kind of true. But I'm gonna shortcut it, and hopefully it'll be ready today by late lunch. It's already 12 o'clock now. It's way too late. Well, I have a few more hours before I'm actually hungry, so I'll be fine, but it'll be ready like later. But before, in the past, I would think that it needs to cook overnight and then it'll be ready tomorrow. So the things that you can add later on. Oh, it also has a whole garlic in it and a whole ginger in it. And then the cooking wine and salt and pepper. And let's see, what else did I put in there? And I didn't measure anything. I just shake stuff in to like taste. And everything is to taste. So, but the biggest complaint I've always had is that my food doesn't last long enough. They want more. So it's good stuff. So just like try it out, experiment, and see what you like to do. And definitely cooking is a good skill to have. Like even me, like I went through the whole cooking thing, and then I decided that I wasn't going to do it because it was not a time savings. It was not a money savings. So I decided I wasn't going to do it. But now that I have this injury thing, I am so grateful that I do have the skills to be able to cook, because some things like this, you can customize it. You can customize it to exactly what you want and what your body is craving for. I never worry about what my body is craving for, but when I do get sick or injured, then I do pay attention. And I thought I'd crave sushi because when I was pregnant, I really craved sushi. One of my breaks where I had the 15 broken bones, I craved sushi. That's what actually got me into sushi. But this time, I'm not craving sushi at all. I keep thinking about it because, logically, I'm like, sushi? I wasn't even craving that. So then I was craving this soup. And then when I looked it up and I said, okay, what is the nutritional content of Daikon or something like that? It'll say that it has a high cholesterol C, not cholesterol, high vitamin C and high in calcium as well. So that plus the barley, plus the carrots, plus cooking all the time, plus that it's a home cooked meal and things like that. And it all adds up. And it adds up to the point where they will say that a home cooked meal is much better for you than, what you can get anywhere else. I'm sorry. So during normal times and even now, I do eat just out and stuff, and or just frozen foods or whatever, and I'll just heat that up and I won't even think about this. But when it comes nitty gritty time, like, okay, we need to get your calcium levels up or something like that, then cooking is the only way to go. And if you ever if someone is sick, you know how people like to bring food when you're sick? No one's brought, well, no, I shouldn't say that because actually people have, but not a lot of people has brought me food, but I think this would qualify as the type of food that someone would want if they were sick, something tailored to them. Like, what do you need? I need calcium. Okay, boom, you know. What do you need? I need vitamin C. Okay, boom, you know. It's like you can look up all the ingredients and then make what they need. And I think that would be the best gift ever. Is, you know, they don't have to worry about cooking and the money and all the you know, all the expenses and all the time to do all this, and they can just enjoy the food, which is so enjoyable. I am really looking forward to my daikon soup. So I don't even know I can't call it pork soup because there's beef in there too. Okay, so I bought pork bones for soup, and then I also bought beef for stew. So it's a beef that has fats in it, and then you put it in water and stuff like that. You rinse it off, and you skim off all of the bad juju. I don't know what to call it. They say when you cook meat, it will release all of the impurities. They're saying, what impurities? It will release all the impurities into the soup, and then you have to skim it off. So just make sure you do that part, because skimming the soup is very important. But then the soup carries all of the nutrients from everything that you're putting in it, and then you put it into your system, and it does help to heal you better and you know, give your body what it needs to heal. So all right, that's it. Thank you for joining me today, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.